Greetings, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome, I welcome you. This is for the sign and the energy of Cancer. It is your season. Happy early birthday. This is for Cancer, and it's a mid-month reading, situationship reading for the month of June 2020, mid-month. Okay? Yeah, so firstly, I will go through a bridge here. This is a challenge, a stepping stone, an obstacle, or perhaps a platform that you may have to walk at one point. It's a small cycle, and we'll go ahead and build first the bridge before we get into the three portals that I usually build for you guys. So please relax and clear your mind. Thank you. This is once again for the energy of Cancer. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So the home place takes major precedence here, home and family, as well as the idea of home, belonging somewhere or something. This is the first stepping stone on the bridge. Currently, you are faced with a situation in which there is a sacrifice of a thought, or perhaps there no longer is a question about something. The truth is laid down for all to see and witness, and there's a ceremony here of bringing in some form of reconciliation or some form of union here, okay? That is what I'm seeing. And this has to do with the seventh house, okay? Fourth house, seventh house, as well as the ninth house. The idea, though, that is being set down here, Cancer, is a huge sacrifice for you and a sacrifice for somebody else here. This is something that cannot be said. It is a promise, or perhaps a type of forgiveness in order for this union to happen. Okay? Therefore, there is vulnerability in this. A lot of vulnerability in that something that was that thing that is being set down, that it has a propensity for reliving itself or reviving itself in some sort of way. Something that is unsaid comes from the burial, the ceremony, the rite of passage into death, or perhaps into union. There's something here that is extremely vulnerable. And it says here to protect your emotional body, and that's the sort of oracle. Your emotional body comes into big question here, especially when it comes to the preservation of that, when it comes to the seventh house is here again, some sort of reliving or some sort of boon of an abundance, something that is deserved, something that you've been searching for, has eluded you, and perhaps you are a bit suspended. There's something about your knowing of yourself and your emotional self especially, and how that provides a shell or encases or encloses some sort of emotional truth that might need to have to be surrendered, okay? Very esoteric. But the emotional body and the union of emotional bodies through the surrender of something that is not said, in this, something is relived. And this is like a reanimation, something coming back to life, okay? Right, so I'm getting into your three portals now. The first portal is about to open. Please clear your mind, if you will. I thank you for showing up. Okay, clear. Okay. Okay, you are being challenged here and are being. It's as if something is coming back to be contrary to you, okay? Um, and there is also the energy of you being guided to not let this back in, but there still is some sort of rebirth that is causing you a sense of it's disarming your judgment. So the judgment card is here, and it's important for you to ground yourself and to only allow that which is grounded back in. And even then, um, if there's something kind of freakish about this energy that is trying to come back in, you should not, or you should really be prudent about what the right choices to make. There's something about the four that is very important for you. The ability to find a structure, to be stable, and to also be healthy. But also, there is a stratification in your consciousness that has to do with the preservation of self, the preservation of the emotional body, and the preservation of the emotional body. So something that has to do with the way you find home, or the way your body is a temple, and there's something about this that is perfected in some sort of way. Okay, there's something that you belong to, and that is something within yourself, and you're trying not to allow anyone to destabilize that. There's someone from the past that is a bit seems like they made a choice, and there's a possibility they may try to infiltrate in some sort of way from a place of singleness, trying to come back with the two nines. There's some sort of truth that they want to impart to you. They have found stability and some sort of equilibrium, and they've made a choice to do something, to gear towards something. But I don't know if you're having it. There also is. It seems to me that they're coming from a place that kind of mirrors your energy, though they are halfway there. Um, you are at a place of stability. This person also seems to be mirroring that. However, they cannot reach out for the moment because they're taking care of something, something that has to do with fate and a cycle that they are extending with something from the past, or perhaps something that requires a bit more care. There is purging here, something of an emotional nature that is tied to the logos, or the way they do things, the reason why they do things, is tied directly to the preservation of an image that is one of abundance, that's one of clarity, but still there's something that is missing, and that is their heart is not completely into making the proper communication with you as well. There is a major shift that they are going through that requires them to reassess their own emotional bearing of how they define what they want. And it seems like there's like a detachment here, and a moving through the energies of the external world that they're going through. Because of this, you're exercising judgment quite heavily. And I think you have an idea of a master strategy, or perhaps you are able to become the middle person. And there's something about this middleness that has to do with no longer requiring a revisitation of the past. Okay, it seems to me that you're letting go of that, of this energy, because there's something about the toxicity that they have with the expectations that they have had in general, with their life in general. You're making a clear choice, and I think you're at a critical point in which you are motivated enough to choose. And at this choosing, at this crossing point, you choose essentially what is going to help you bury the past. Okay? That is what I'm saying for the first portal. Right. So, thank you once again for tuning in. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I am going to open the second portal for you. Yeah, there's a lot of death and regeneration here. Either like the complete, it seems to me that you're on the path of completing something, but then it coming back to life. And this is a challenge for you. So it really is up to your judgment to listen to your emotional body, the temple of your mind, the temple of your spirit, to make the correct choice, whatever that is, and to take your time and deliberate whatever that correct choice is. But there's something guiding you, and I think that's it's a beautiful thing. I think you're done defending yourself, defending your turf. Right. There's a small lineage here. Okay. Okay. Sorry. So when it comes to the way you retroactively give unconditionally the highest form, the highest truth of your love, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you feel prowess or empowered in some sort of way, there is a force here to be reckoned with, and it comes back to the past to revisit something through um, a ring of fire, through an eclipse energy, through a vision that it comes from a very fixed place, a fixed axis. And there is something about this that you want to change, but still, what you give to this is unconditional. Um, it may be a challenge for you big time to do this, but there's something about what you left here that you want to revisit. And you're going to do so in the mode of finding peace um, with someone whom has been going through an incredible change. Your peace turns into a rage if you do this, but it's not only a rage, it's something that you would want, okay? We have two major court cards here having to do with essentially bringing in what is so desired because it is so desired. And there's like almost like a warlike quality to it as well. There's a wisdom here in you um, re, 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 animating a cycle here, making it come back in some sort of way. You'll notice that from a distance, this cycle is someone who is stuck, and you have a hero complex. You want to save or savior complex. You want to save this person through the energy of fire. Okay, you want to burn down the wall of swords around them to set them free. Just know that your fire will increase as well. There's something about them feeding your at least their situation. It's a thought cycle, it's a karmic cycle, it's a subconscious programming. This thing that you actively move into to try to free them from this, there's something about it that that it feeds more. It's like a feedback loop. It feeds more your desire to do it. So you should know, or perhaps consider, that this person created this. Okay, so it's their karma. You trying to go into this field that they have is going to meet a lot of resistance, and it's resistance of the mind. Okay, but I think your heart as well as your soul is calling for you to initiate this change. But trust me, the change is coming regardless, and there is a sense of an ending as well as a rebirth. That portal is closed. Thank you for checking in. Yeah, I will open the last portal for you, and I thank you. There's something about your actual wealth, your prosperity, that is being blocked as you surrender the sword of the queens. Okay, something about your reason that is being in question. There's a lot of emotions here that comes from a beautiful place, but you may be switching from one one identity to another in order to find this belonging. So it's really important to know that there is something here that can be accessed without you having to become too vulnerable. So maybe this is a challenge for you. I think you should maintain your health. Okay, the third portal is now opening. Yes, yes. Okay, and vice versa. Um, this person or this energy that you're dealing with, um, okay, 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 wow. I think you're sitting well. There's something in the third portal that reckons that you are finding enough stability, and in this, you are not challenging. You are not challenging. There's something about you that is motivated to to do something, to reach out. But I think your main concern is finding the stability and the greater vision of your own life, your own personal life, one that is about foundations. And there's something that happened in the past that you had to let go of. Because of this, there is a block in communication with it, which is fantastic. Um, and you're being protected. There's something of a burnout here, and I think there's something greater in your external world that you can contribute to. And if you do this, there will be an ability for you to also receive signs and confirmations from your external world that are representations of something greater. This this is about the world being violent in some sort of way, or perhaps coming into a type of crisis that reminds you of old scars. And there's something about you that still feels like you can handle it. But I think your primary concern is to work from a very detached but stabilized point of view to not deal with anything from the past. However, there is something from the past that wants to make communication, but it's sitting there. This energy and this person maybe wanting or desiring some form of communication, but they come with a heavy sword. They come with a very sharp wit. But there's something about you that does not want to feed it. Um, and I think it's appropriate so because this person is coming from a place of a type of lack, and they no longer. It's so strange because like a part of them wants to contribute to your pentacle cycle to reach from the 9 to the 10, but a part is very hesitant and resistant in this respect. This has to do with a material connection, something in the third dimension. Um, and they have the wealth to do so. They have it, but there's something about them that's being stingy. I think they expect some form of passionate communication, and there also is a duality here where they are split. Their truths are split, and there's a major accentuation of the Two of Swords into the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, a split here of masculine and feminine forces in which they're trying to live their truth, but also they are trying to have that truth protect them um, from anything that may be um, emotional. There's a lot of emotional detachment in this, okay, whatever this is. It seems very dry. So, whatever the situation is, it's important for you to know that this person is coming from a very thirsty place. And in your stability, you would do best to maintain your integrity, whatever that may be, especially with the integrity that involves the preservation of your resources and the preservation of your mental health. Okay? That is what I'm seeing. My dear Cancer, I hope that resonated. If it didn't, I thank you, and please come and visit anytime you like. Otherwise, be well. Bye.